Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So we are in the 19th video in the series on social information networks that I've started, and we're going to discuss a very important topic today which is known as divisive hierarchical clustering. So we've discussed what it means and uh, divisive hierarchical clustering. So we've discussed what it means in the previous video. So if you haven't checked that out yet, please do check it out and then you can come here. So we will directly go to the numerical in this particular video. Okay. So let's look at an example. I'm going to take 5 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And I'm going to directly draw the distance matrix for these 5 points without giving the points. Okay. If you want to learn how to calculate distance between 2 points, do check out the previous video. I've in detail explained how the distance between two given points is calculated. Okay, so let's say these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have some coordinates which I am not giving here in this example. But in your exam, they might give you 5 points with the coordinates and they might ask you to do the divisive clustering. So in that case, you will have to find out the distance between each possible combination of nodes or each possible combination of points. But in this case, I am already giving the distances between each possible combination of points. So the distance between 1 to 1 is always 0, 2 to 2 is 0, 3 to 3 is 0, 4 to 4 is 0, and 5 to 5 is 0. Right. So now calculating the distance, let's say this is 2, this is 6, this is 5, this is 10, this is 9, 3 to 4 to 3 is 4, 9, 8, 5, and 3. Let's say this is the distance matrix that we have. Now, divisive clustering is basically the method where we consider all the 5 points as one single unit or one large cluster. So what we do is we calculate the average of each pair. So basically what we do is we calculate the average of each of the so what we do is we calculate the average distance between each combination, that is 1 to 2, 3, 4, and 5. We calculate the distance, the average distance, and similarly 2 to 1, 3, 4, 5, we calculate the average distance, and whichever has the highest average distance, right, that we remove. That means that that node is farther away from most of the nodes that we have. So that is the reason we remove that and we assign it to a separate cluster. So now what are we going to do here? We're going to calculate the average for this entire matrix. So 2 plus 6 plus 10 plus 9 will give us what? It will give us 8 plus 9 is 17, 27. So average would be 27 by 4, which is 6.75. Similarly, you have your 2 here, 2, 5, 9, and 8. That would give you a 6 as an average. Then you have 6 and you have a 5 here. So that would give you a 5 average. Then you have 10, 9, and 4 here. That would give you a 6.5 average. You have your 9, 8, 5, and 3 here, which is basically just making the matrix symmetric. So that would be 6.25 average. Which is the highest? The highest is node number 1. So we remove it and give it to a separate cluster. So as we said, we are initially starting with all the nodes that we have. Now we are separating out 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Now moving on, the next step. What would the next step be? The next step would be removing A. We are going to calculate the average. Right. So that is which is the next undesirable node that we have. So if you remove 2 from here, okay, we are not going to calculate for 1. So we are going to calculate from 2. So we remove the 1, 5, 9, 8. What is the average for that? 5 plus 9 is 14. 14 plus 8 is 22. And 22 by 3 would be 7.3 around, right? So 7.3. then you have 4.6, then you have 5.3 and 5.3. Now again, which is the most hated node? The hated node is 2. That is the least liked node is 2. So we remove and give 2 to the node, to the cluster number 1. So 2, and this would be 3, 4 and 5. So these are two clusters. We broke the set of nodes that we have into two clusters. So you may be asked to calculate or break the node into 3 clusters also. In that case, what you will do is you will try to take this 3, 4, 5 and you will repeat the process and break it into another cluster. So, and if you will also need to check, if you have to check for 3, 4, 5, you have to check 3 with 4 and 5 and also with 1 and 2. So if it is not close with either of them, then you will have to make a separate, completely separate node or complete cluster, and your number 3 will be given to that cluster. But if you were asked for 2 clusters or to break the nodes into 2 clusters, you can do just this, right? Okay, so I hope you understood how and what we are doing here. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.